Salve. Hey, it's Mr. Young again. This is week 2, or the second video for our Latin class. And I wanted to take the time just briefly to review with you a little bit about what we've learned and also what's coming up. At the end of this coming week, on Friday, we will be having a quiz on Lesson 2. So I figured we should talk about some pretty important things, and also just kind of jumping a little bit into week 3, and that'll actually help us for this coming week. Last week we talked about well, verbs. Verbs are actions. We're talking about the first conjugation, and the first conjugation of the active present. We used amo as kind of our model verb. So amo means I love. You could also say I am loving or I do love, but it's in the present tense. It's right now. It's active. I'm the one loving. So amo, I love. And we talked about the chant is amo, amas, amat, amamus, amatis, amant. Amo, amas, amat, amamus, amatis, amant. And that tells us each of these endings on that chant are personal endings, and they tell you who it is that's doing the loving. So with the O, amo, it's I love. With the S at the end, amas, it is you love. With the T at the end, amat, it means that he, she, or it loves. If there's the mus at the end, amas, it means that, amamus, that mus on the end tells us that it's we. So, this is Cupcake. This is my daughter's stuffed animal, and she likes to put it on my head for some reason. But if Cupcake and I were loving, then it would be amamus. Okay? So, amo is I love. Amamus, we love. Okay? And then amatis is yous guys love, and amant is they love, those people over there. Now, in week 2, you'll notice on your lesson in the grammar form at the bottom, we take out the stem, or we take out the ama part, and we just look at the very end, the O, the S, the T, the MUS, the TIS, and the NT. And that becomes a new chant that we'll be doing daily when we get together, at least for a while. And that tells us what those endings are. And it goes O, st, mus, tis, nt. O, st, mus, tis, nt. Okay? O, st, mus, tis, nt. Okay? And we do that chant so that it reminds us that that those endings tell us who it is that is doing the action for the first conjugations of the present active tense. In Lesson 3, if you jump to Lesson 3, you'll see that same chart at the very end, at the very bottom. It now puts some other words in there. It tells us that the 2 columns that we do, that we chant, the first column is O, st, or amo, amas, amat, or in Lesson 3, at the bottom, they use para, which is I prepare. Paro, paras, parat. Okay? That is all in the singular. So there's only one person. In the first, it's amo, it's I, right? The second one, amo, I love. Amas, you love. Amat, he loves, or she loves, or it loves. The second column is plural. So when we do the mus, tis, nt, it's plural. So if I say amamus, it's we love. If it's amatis, it's yous guys love. And if it's amant, it's they. That group over there, they are the ones loving. They love. Now, besides those columns, there's also rows. Okay? Or maybe it's this way as you're looking at me. The first row, they call it, it's labeled there at the bottom of lesson 3. First person, then second person, and then third person. So even as I explained, the singular and plural are on those columns. The person is in the rows. So first person, second person, third person. First person has to do with the one who's speaking. It's I, or in the plural, we. Right? So first person is amo, I love, or amamos, we love. Second person is who's being spoken to. So if I say you love or yous guys love, that's second person. So it would be amas or amatis, right? Second person, singular and plural. Finally, third person is who you're talking about. Okay, so if I'm talking about him or her, he, she, it, and he, she, it loves, it would be amat. If it's they, that group of, the he, she, or it, all together, they, amat. So first person, second person, third person. Now, in all honesty, in my time teaching Latin, for you guys, especially 3rd grade, 4th grade, that's sometimes a difficult thing to kind of grasp. First person, second person, third person, and then the singular and plural. So the singular and plural we call number. Singular is, numbers meaning there's one. The number plural, means that there's more than one. Now again, it's kind of complex, but we're going to practice it so that you'll know it. It won't be on this coming test or quiz. It'll be on the following week. But now you have a whole 2 weeks to kind of catch that. First person, second person, third person, and also singular, plural. Amo, amas, amat, amamus, amatis, amat. Easy. All right. Now, the big thing that I'd like you to remember then too for the quiz is my friend cupcake. Not the cupcake you eat, but the cupcake you put on Mr. Young's head. So, cupcake, and I say to you, Wale.